Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, aka the Bodfather.
Welcome back to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am in the radio tent at Rock on the Range, and I've got a member of Toothgrinder with me. Go on and introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm Johnuel. I play guitar and sing.
Okay. Let's talk about Rock on the Range. Have you guys played this festival before?
This is our first time here, man. And I'll tell you what, we've done Welcome to Rockville, Fort Rock, and Carolina Rebellion before this, but the anticipation we had playing this festival today has been massive, and I think it really paid off for all of us, and it's just an astounding time, you know? Yeah. It seems to be pretty significant, especially from yesterday's events with the crazy storm happening, so we're stoked that we were able to make it out today in the sun and just jam for everybody.
This has been awesome. A perfect day for the festival. Now, I got to catch your all set earlier.
Cool.
I mean, you guys killed it.
Dude, thank you so much.
What the people who haven't seen you perform before, what can they expect from a Toothgrinder show?
Well, we're pretty unpredictable, I guess you could say at times. Our vocalist definitely likes to use the crowd as a playground, you know? He likes to stand on people and have them hold them up, and we like jumping into the crowd because we're all music lovers, and we've been there before in the crowd, and I think the nature of our music and sound, we want to engage that to, first-time listeners and fans from the get-go, from the first moment we walk out. So you can definitely expect some big choruses, guitar solos, a whole different mix of styles, I guess you can say. Yeah. But generally, we're a metal rock band. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Now, you guys have been on tour with Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium this spring. Talk a little bit about playing with those bands.
I'll tell you what, man. Personally, I learned music and guitar through playing those early records by those two bands. So getting to kind of have the opportunity to share the same stage and open for them has been crazy this past month. I think those fans are so receptive and are very just loving people and really care about the people that put the work into the music. So it's cool to see it all happen day by day. And like I said, the crowds have been unlike anything we've ever done before. And I can probably speak for the rest of the guys saying it's been one of the most fulfilling months and tours we've ever done playing music as a band. So it's been astounding. Yeah, it's been great.
Now, y'all had a new album drop in November called Phantom
Amour.
Okay. Talk a little bit more about that.
So Phantom Amour, we took a lot of time to write the album, but then we basically started from scratch from day one. We scraped away 20 song ideas that we had, and we maybe used 5 or 6 of the songs that we've demoed from the previous months leading into the studio. And I think we just wanted to try something new. I think we carried the same elements that were from Nocturnal that were really good for that album and just crossed over, and we kind of wanted to do something a little new with a little bit more electronic production and everything, and kind of a little bit more focus on a rock-driven record where Justin has reached a new realm with his voice, and Matt and I kind of share that along live. So I mean, it's just it was a really fulfilling process getting to create that with those guys. It was my first record with them because I wasn't a part of Nocturnal Masquerade, so yeah. I think we just wanted to do something different, and
Okay. Are there any main themes in the album? Any point you're trying to get across or anything with it?
I can't really speak lyrically because Justin writes our lyrics, but it's definitely a lot of personal things within his life. But also it kind of crosses over into some of the band's past. We have an acoustic folk song titled Jubilee, and the first EP the band put out through Spinefarm was Schizophrenic Jubilee. So we're kind of crossing together themes lyrically through different songs, and then just trying something completely new with a lot of the content that's on there. But I guess the point that we like to get across is to just personally, it's really hard to speak for the lyric side, but from the music side, it's just to go into a void of not knowing where you're gonna go, uncertainty, and kind of taking it with open arms and just making something meaningful to you with with the time that we have recording and creating.
There's the latest trend kind of going on with a lot of bands that want to get your thoughts on it. They like to play their full albums in its entirety, you know, maybe for like an anniversary or something like that. Is that something y'all would be interested in doing at a certain point?
I think so. I think if we ever have a chance in the future to make that much of an impact, I would love to. We did a 10-year anniversary tour with Between the Buried and Me for Colors, and that was a really important record for all of us personally. So I think after doing a tour like that, 10 years later, if we're still doing this and like an album means that much to people, I would personally love to. But I love the idea of it because when I listen to music, I like the journey and the adventure of like hearing a record for the first time in its entirety and kind of keeping it to that manner. So I think it's a good thing, and some people may naysay it, but I think it's a good, whether it's like you don't really like the feeling of nostalgia or not, I think it's a good way to engage with fans, new and old, because my first show was actually going to see Iron Maiden when they did Somewhere Back in Time. So I think it's like an homage to like different people coming up, and I think it makes an impact throughout the years. So I think it's really important.
Do you have any crazy stories from the road or any crazy fan interactions or anything you want to talk about?
From the road, I guess not. I mean, this tour we kind of kept it pretty casual. We showed up, we crushed, we got our gear off, we looked, and then we hung out at merch. But we love all the fans that come up to us afterwards and just want to meet us or are like back for their second or third time or whatever. So I think that's really cool. I think everything's pretty special and crazy as it is getting to do this.
Where can fans find out some more information about you guys?
You can find Toothgrinder. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, basically anywhere on the internet. But we usually update weekly and sometimes daily through those platforms. So you can find all of our personal socials through there as well.
Well, absolutely. All right, one last question. The biggest craze on the internet in the last week is the Laurel Yanni thing. Have you heard it? And if you did, what did you hear?
I haven't heard it. I'm pretty keen to see what it's all about.
Yeah, okay, cool. I know that Hawthorne Hots on Friday, they actually used that as their stage intro when they came on stage. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, well, man, it's been great having you on BODS Mayhem Hour. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yep.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.